Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? You know who this is, the real one, always 100, Gabriel Skywalker and Schroeder Skywalker from the DFS Club. We're coming to you guys with another MLB main slate video, coming off a crazy slate. It was a total of like 30 something home runs. It was just unbelievable. Everybody scored runs except for Milwaukee and Boston, right, Schroeder? Yeah, Schroeder was a little bummed out because Mike Trout really didn't do nothing today. So it is what it is. But hopefully you guys cashed. If you guys watched my video last night or this morning, sorry, yesterday's video, then you should have done all right. My players I picked in my pool did pretty damn good. Um, let's go to the club real quick. This was my FanDuel GPP that cashed. Springer, zero. Just imagine if Springer did something, if Mondesi did something, hell, if CJ Cron would have done something, we would be talking about a whole different story. But it is what it is. It was one of those slates, man, to load up on bats because pitching and just wasn't that good. And this slate coming up, we're going into the bottom of the barrel of the rotation, so I'm expecting another high scoring offensive game for pretty much everyone except for Boston. They just can't seem to get it together. I think Boston and Houston have the absolute worst pitching in the league. Um, www.dfsclub. Let's try this again. www.dfsclub.com, guys. The daily fantasy sports powerhouse. Come join the family. You want lineups, cheat sheets, a great community. Come join the family, guys. We'd love to have you. Three providers in one. DFS Space, myself, Skywalker DFS, the DFS Whispers. We got every single sport. We got KBO going right now. NBA. NBA starts on Thursday. NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL starts on Sunday. Tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA. Click the join now button. Make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, and pick your plans, guys. We are the cheapest in the industry, and it's not even close. Come check us out. We would love to have you. www.dfsclub.com. All you got to do is pick your plan, and boom, you're in. Get ready because a storm of sports are coming. Um, as far as the Marlins go, I don't know what's going on. Pretty much the whole team's out, right, with COVID. So prayers to them. Hopefully, I know they'll be fine. No one's dying of it, but it's just a matter of them getting back. I don't know if they're going to call up some minor league players or what they're going to do because that was one hot team, man. And then, yeah, that happened. I honestly think someone had like a girl up in their room. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be isolated or whatever, but I think they brought someone in they shouldn't have. And she might have been, I don't know. That's one of my theories. And then they just spread it like wildfire. So, you young kids out there, learn from that. All right. So this is Draft Dashboard. $1 for 30 days before I start rambling on forever. Click on the link in the description below and you yourself can have Draft Dashboard, the best optimizer on the planet. You get access to all my save lineups, guys, my watch players, the lineup optimizer, the position optimizer, and the MLB cheat sheet. Because if you can't win, cheat. Love saying that. Come check it out, guys. Draft Dashboard. Take the Draft Dashboard challenge. Cancel it at any time. Same with the DFS Club. Cancel it any time. No problem. All right. So let's get into it here. All right. So let's start off like we always do with pitching. So, except for Walker Bueller, the only thing with him is the matchup is bad. He's going up against Houston, and he's 11-8. So I'm gonna fade him in this particular slate because of the matchup. Houston terrifies me, and it should tear. He's probably having nightmares tonight while he's sleeping, knowing he's got to pitch against Houston. So not so much, not so much. Um, Shamarza from the Giants, decent price here at 6.5. Not a bad pitcher. He's just getting up there in age, but the price tag is what really got me. Going up against the Padres, they didn't end up scoring runs until today. Sorry, yesterday, right? So they don't really scare me offensively. You just got to worry about what? Tatis, maybe I don't know. He didn't do anything till yesterday too. But Shamarja, Padres lifetime batting 280 against him. Hey, you're paying 6.5. Just hope the guy gets like 15 fantasy points and you're good. You're not going to get a lot of fantasy points out of pitchers on this slate. That I can promise you. So Jeff Shamarza, get him in there at 6.5. Homer Bailey's 9K now. Can you believe that shit? Merrill Kelly's 10K. Kyle Gibson's 9.7. Guys, this ain't 2018 DraftKings. Next up, I got Dylan Cease here at 9.4. Kind of like a GPP play. I think he'll go overlooked. Going up against Cleveland, he's okay. I mean, they don't really scare me that much. I've only faced him 10 times. But Dylan Cease is no joke. Look at his fantasy points. 27, 16, 8, 25 in his last 4 games, guys. Last time against Cleveland, he did get 25. So he'll go overlooked. I guarantee it. He's 9.4. That's my favorite pay up option. So Dylan Cease and assist. Get him in there. All right, next up. We got Zach Davies here. He's got an okay matchup. Again, if you want to stack this game, I wouldn't blame you. Going up against the pitiful San Francisco Giants. Pitiful. Um, Davies, last time he pitched against him, he had 21 fantasy points. As long as he gets double digits, that's all you can hope for in this slate, which he's pretty good at. 12, 11, 19, 6, 19. There's not one batter on this lineup that scares me. All right. So Zach Davies, we're going to pick on the Giants all year. Roll him out. Get him in there. And that's pretty much all I have for pitcher. So let's move on here. Okay, so we got Schroeder right here. He's bumping into everything, man. He's ready to get into it. All right, so let's start off at first base. First base, I'm going to pick him again, guys, just like I did yesterday. Got 2 home runs yesterday. He was only 7% owned. I was a little worried there. I didn't know if the game was going to play because of the long rain delay, because of the crazy weather. Not to mention the crazy batting that was going on, just the crazy weather, and it was just nuts. Being a DFS provider, you have all these people relying on you, and yeah. So a little stressful for me there, and an early start. It was just the perfect storm. But Moran is only 3,000, guys. He's only 3K, 28 fantasy points, 14. Going up against Lindblom, no history there, but his OPS versus righties is 769, and he's only 3K. Get him in there. He led off today. Looks like he's scheduled to bat fourth, but we'll see. But get him in there. Colin Murran, the bearded one from Pittsburgh, at 3K at first base. He will be low owned. You best believe, because not everybody watches my videos. Next up, now after I just got done talking all this smack, you might want to roll a dice on the panda here, Pablo Sandoval. Um, Lifetime versus Davies. It's 5 for 11. That's a 455 batting average, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 1 home run. He's 4K. He will be low owned, guys. Um, that's really good. 455 batting average. OPS versus Davies is 1.36. That's really high. So it's hard to overlook him here at 4K. I mean, these are GPP plays, guys. So might as well roll the dice with the Panda here at 4K. If he gets a home run or even a double, I mean, he'd have to run. That ball would have to go in triples alley for him to even get a double. He's so big this year. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, Pablo Sandoval, get him in there. All right, let's go to second base. So this 11-game slate, by the way. It's another early start. I just now noticed that. 3:40 West Coast time, so another early start. Just pray to God there's no like rain issues. They should just play all the games here in California because it hasn't rained here in about 6 months. That would never ever be an issue here, ever. All right, so let's go to second base. I got Shed Long for you guys from Seattle. Seattle held its own against Houston. I know their pitching sucks, but Shed Long's been doing some work. Double-digit fantasy points in his last 2 games, 11, 19. Got a stolen base yesterday. Um, Going up against Sandoval, no record, but his OPS versus lefties is almost 1,000, guys. Shed Long at 3.9, definitely get him in there. Got a plus 67 matchup. Let's see. Next up, we got David Fletcher leading off for the Angels. He's only 3.2. Fletcher's been really, really been doing it, guys. 11, 19, 10 fantasy points in his last 3 games. Going up versus Sheffield. His OPS versus lefties is the same it is against righties, so it really doesn't matter. But Fletcher leads off. Get him in there, guys. Going up against Seattle. Yes. Sign me up for only 3-2. Get him in there. And that's all I got there. Let's go to third base. All right. Now I can pick players just to pick players, but I'm not gonna do it. I only want to get you guys the best for each slate because every slate's different. Um Kyle Seager, Seattle. 100 draft dashboard ranking, guys. It's rare to see that. Going up against the LA Angels. He's only 3-4. Has been doing pretty good. 5, 13, 10, 14, 16 fantasy points in his last five. He's got a plus 65 matchup. His OPS versus lefties is 946. Not only bats third. Get yourself some Kyle Seager, guys. He's only 3-4. Look at all this value. I love it. All right. Next up, I got Matt Carpenter. He's only 3.4K, guys. Look at this. Going up against Homer Bailey. He's 21 for 46. That's 46 at bats, guys. He's batting 457 against him. 2 home runs, 15 singles. That's a 1-5, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, guys. He's one of my standout players on this slate. Make sure you don't sleep on him and get yourself some Matt Carpenter here. He's only 3.4K. And look at that. He's almost batting 500 against this pitcher with 46 at bats. That's a no-brainer. Right, Schroeder? That's right, he says. All right, let's go to shortstop. All right, first off, I have Jorge Polanco, guys. I love Minnesota stacks lately. Let me tell you, 12. And then they didn't play. 14 in his last two. He's only 3.9. So one of these Minnesota players that's affordable. Let's see. Plus 11 matchup. OPS versus righties. He crushes righties too. So Polanco at 3.9, especially if you're going to stack Minnesota, get him in there, guys. Minnesota's just crushing teams offensively. All right. Next up, we got DeJong. Paul DeJong going up against Homer Bailey. Also is going to have a day. He's 6 for 15 lifetime. That's a 400 batting average. 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 2 singles, guys. He's only 3.7. All these players, all this value, and all these players, these all go for FanDuel also. So these aren't just for DraftKings. If I say play him here, play him on FanDuel also. Um, let's see, he's projected to get 8. Yeah, he's gonna smash that projection. But yeah, get him in there, guys. Paul DeJong, he normally starts bats like third or fourth in the lineup, so not bad for 3.7. He'll be like the Whit Merrifield of this slate. All right, next up, let's go to outfield. All right, so outfield's outfield. So I normally have a lot more players here. We got some power, and when you talk about power, I'm talking about Nelson Cruz. Still too cheap at 4.5. Get him while he's cheap because by the end of the week, like I said earlier in the week, he'll be about 5K and well deserved. Mister 52 fantasy points on DraftKings. On FanDuel is like 70 something fantasy points. 18, 12 in his last three. It doesn't matter who he's going up against. But he's going up against Martinez, but it don't matter. He's only 4.5. Give me a break. He'll probably be 100% owned at that price tag, and it would be totally justified. Get him in there, guys. Nelson Cruz at 4.5. Same with this boy right here, Maxi Kepler. He's only 4.2. He's had 2 bad games, right? 2 goose eggs. You can't keep this man down. He normally leads off. OPS versus lefties, 880 versus righties, 846. So, same. Get him in there, guys, at 4-2. Look for a nice bounce back game here from Maxi. Next up, same team, Eddie Rosario. Loving this Minnesota outfield. What can I say? 13, 3, 11 fantasy points in his last 3 games. Now he's 3 for 6 against Martinez. That's a 500 batting average with 3 singles. Yes, sir. Eddie Rosario. Get him in. He's only 4-2. Only 4-2. You can pay up for those JD Martinez's and freaking brain fart from Milwaukee. Mister, I haven't done nothing, but I keep playing him like an idiot. God dang, man. Next up, Ryan Braun. This is probably my second standout player of the slate. Now, listen, I know he's 55 years old, all right, but he's only 4K. Look at this matchup versus Holland. 4 for 8 lifetime. That's 500 batting average. One of everything. One single, one double, one triple, one home run, guys. 4K. Ryan Braun, one of my standout players here. Get him in there at 4K. And I was thinking of Christian Yelich. So obviously I need a drink. Cheers. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. So this is my only vice. So sue me. I drink rock stars at 1 in the morning. What can I say? What can I say? But yeah, guys, don't sleep on Ryan Braun. Let's see. Next up, we already went over Shed Long, right? Yeah, we did. We did. We did. How about some Kyle Lewis, guys? I played him today. He did all right. He got double-digit fantasy points. He's gotten double-digit fantasy points in his last 3. Don't be afraid to play these Seattle players. They're pretty good offensively, man. And women. Double-digit fantasy points in his last 5. How about that? He's only 3-7. All right. Get him in there. Normally bats 4th, 5th. Kyle Lewis, Seattle Mariners, absolutely. Sign me up. I'm all in. And then this is just an absolute joke. Michael Brantley, guys. He's only 2-8. 2-8? Are you kidding me? He's been killing. He's been crushing the ball. 19, 12, 5, 23, 5 in his last 5. Last time against the Dodgers, he had 18 fantasy points. At this price, that's an insult. Michael Brantley, don't let DraftKings insult you like that. Go out there and get us like 3 home runs. All right. So get yourself some Michael Brantley at 2-8. Oh my God, they screwed up with that price. Next up, George Springer at 5K. If you want to pay up, I do like a bounce back spot here. Springer ain't gonna take getting a goose egg lightly. Plus, hey, he's had one at bat against Bueller, 1 HR. One at bat, 1 home run. So I like those odds. So sign me up for some George Springer at 5K. I'm watching the Dinos right now. Sorry, Doosan kicking the living shit out of Kiwoom already in the first inning. I'm glad I faded Jokic. Okay. Those of you that have been playing KBO with me this year, you know what I'm talking about. You know these players. Last but not least, I got Josh Naylor here for San Diego. So it's Josh Naylor and maybe Tatis, the only 2 I'm worried about on this offense. He's only 3K. Going up against Shamarza. Lifetime, he's 3 for 4. That's a 750 batting average. That's 2 singles, 1 double, guys. Josh Naylor, get him in there. Why not at 3K? 3 for 4 against Shamarza? Sounds good to me. All right, so that's gonna do it. So those are my plays. That's 19 players that I really like. That could change by tomorrow. That's why you got to join the DFS Club, guys. It's time to pull a trigger. Everything is coming back. Sunday is going to be so much fun. Saturday we got MMA, and then Sunday we got everything: baseball, basketball, NHL. We cover every single sport, guys. Come check us out, www.dfsclub.com. And it is time for Schroeder's picks, where we love it when Schroeder gives us his 3 home run calls. Right, Schroeder? All right, let me grab this little rascal. All right, Schroeder. So I know you've been thinking about it. So who's your first home run call? Now looking at the player pool, you don't have to. They don't even have to be on my player pool. Go with your gut. That's full of tuna fish. Who do you got? Really? Why am I not surprised? Look at the look on his face. Why am I not surprised? He took Mike Trout. All right. He says Mike Trout's going to get one. That's okay, Schroeder. They're your picks, not mine. All right. So Schroeder, taking a look at the player pool. Attaboy. Who do you got now? Really? You don't have to whisper. You can meow all you want, and they'll hear you. So Schroeder says Max Kepler is going to get one. All right, Schroeder. Who's going to break the slate? Who's going to get us 2 home runs? Who do you think it's going to be? Take a look. All right. Okay. Oh, All right. Two? Really? Schroeder says Eddie Rosario is going to get 2 home runs. Wow, sure. I was expecting you to say like Nelson Cruz or something like that. Eddie Rosario. All right. And that's going to do it for Schroeder's picks. There you go. There's some home run calls by the best on YouTube. He's the most accurate. He don't just throw a bunch of names out there. He gives you his three. And that's going to do it, guys. So don't forget, come visit us at the club, www.dfsclub.com, and Draft Dashboard. It's only $1 for 30 days. You can line up, use this optimizer. And on this season, shall I say, there's even a cash option. You can optimize cash lineups, which is pretty cool. So I can dig that. Sucker. All right, Schroeder, you ready to say a prayer? Let's say our prayer for everybody, okay? All right. Ready? God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets, right? The pets. All right, guys, let's get this bread. We don't take shit from nobody. Schroeder and I, we are out. Take care, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.